on a sunny and gorgeous Monday afternoon. I'm turning red. My shirt's red, my face is red, and the Browns have named a starting quarterback. Hello, everybody. It's been a while since we were together. Yes, I did a Guardian show this morning, but I was off for a week and change. Went up to the great country of Canada and this great city of Toronto. Had a great time, and I come back to beautiful Cleveland. Today is my 14th anniversary as a Clevelander. I moved here 14 years ago today. And how do we celebrate the day? With breaking news, the Cleveland Browns, in the last half hour, have named Joe Flacco as their starting quarterback. Now, I know it's easy to say that, oh, well, we knew this was going to happen. Well, maybe. I think we all thought this was going to happen, but not everybody, especially not in the beginning. I know there were a lot of people, including Jason Lloyd, Aditi Kinkhabwala, and Mary Kay Cabot, who all thought that Kenny Pickett would be the starter week one. He may have been. We'll never know. Obviously, the injury ruined any chance of that, whether it was going to be the case or not. But once that happened, it seemed pretty clear Flacco was going to be the starting quarterback. Both rookies have had an opportunity in the preseason. Shedeur Sanders in week one, Dylan Gabriel in week two. We'll see how much those guys play in week three. Obviously, Shedeur dealing with an injury that kept him out of game two. But now it's all about getting ready for the start of the season. Yes, you want to continue to work with, to coach up, to develop the young players that you have. But it's not just about that. It's also about, getting ready for the season. That's the key here. Guys, are we on? I'm not even sure we're on right now. I don't know what's happening. I'm on YouTube. I'm not seeing the show. Are we even sure we're on? I don't know. I don't know what's happening with me. All right. Well, there you go. Apparently, I am on. So that's good. So Monzo puts in the chat here, great call by Zach Jackson. And Zach has consistently said from the beginning that all right, I'm hearing I'm hearing you now. Are we on or no? I'm not sure. Okay. Should we start over? Are we on? I don't know. Should I keep talking? We'll take everybody behind the scenes. That's okay. We're taking everybody behind the scenes a little bit, and that's all right. But it's big news that the Browns have named Joe Flacco the starting quarterback, and it's absolutely the right move. I thought it was the right move even before Kenny Pickett got hurt. It 100% is the right move. You want to go with the veteran. You don't want to put those kids in there before they are ready to go, right? I mean, it's really that simple. And Joe Flacco, for all his flaws at 40 years old and all the turnovers he has, is a professional, is a veteran, has won a lot of games, has made a lot of big plays, has done a lot of big things, has played in big games, and gives this team a level of stability and leadership and professionalism that the other guys, especially the rookies, don't have at this point. There's no way they could. They're 20-something, he's 40. And so eventually the time will come for either Shedeur Sanders or Dylan Gabriel or both. But for now, the time is for Joe Flacco, and especially if you look at the Browns' schedule to start the season, it makes all kinds of sense to start Joe Flacco initially. You're playing the Bengals, the Ravens, the Packers, the Lions, and the Vikings, all, and even the Steelers in Week 6. I mean, you're talking about 6 teams that were either playoff teams last year or just missed the playoffs and could very well be playoff teams this year. You're playing against Lamar Jackson. You're playing against Joe Burrow. You're playing against Jordan Love, Jared Goff, and that Lions machine, a Vikings team that was real good last year. And obviously with the quarterback change there, we'll see. And then Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers are always a pain in the neck. With a schedule like that to start the season, to throw rookies who were not no-brainer first-round picks, as neither was drafted in the first round, to the Wolves like that. Now, you could say, well, the Bengals don't have a very good defense, which is true. But in a game like that, even without the Bengals having a very good defense, their offense is great, although clearly they've struggled early in the season at times. But it's probably going to be a game where you have to, keep up offensively. And that's just, in the end, a situation where it's too much pressure on young quarterbacks that are not really ready to play. I think that's the bottom line there. They're not really ready to play. Log in each week at Bet Rivers to receive a profit boost for any preseason wager. Limit one profit boost each week of the preseason. Of course, there is one more preseason game here in week 2. The Bengals tonight are playing I care so much about the preseason, I can't remember who they're playing. Oh, the Commanders. That's right. So Bengals, Commanders tonight at 8 p.m., and then obviously a full slate of games next weekend, ending on Saturday. The preseason comes to an end in 5 days on Saturday, and then that's that. Then we have a week and a half off before the Thursday night game, and then, of course, everybody gets going the following Sunday, 15 days from the end of the preseason. Andy says, Browns named Flacco starting quarterback today instead of tomorrow to deflect the Dylan Gabriel situation on every network thus far. Why does that deflect it? I don't understand. There's nothing to deflect here. I think most people understood that Joe Flacco was going to start. It was never likely that Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur. How often do rookies that are not first-round picks start week 1? It doesn't happen often. And again, there's no rush to put those guys in there. Me personally, when it's time to switch, and it will be at some point, I don't know if that's week 5, week 6, week 7, whenever it is, I'd like to see Shedeur Sanders because ultimately, to me, he has way more upside than Dylan Gabriel. I don't know what the Browns' plan is. Obviously, everything they've done to this point leads you to believe that they have Dylan Gabriel ahead of Shedeur Sanders in the pecking order. So it's not my call. I'm just telling you, if I were in charge, what I would do with the information that I have. And obviously the Browns have more information. Unlike other people in the business, I'm not judging on the preseason. Shedeur Sanders played well in his first preseason appearance. I thought Dylan Gabriel played okay in his first preseason appearance. To me, it's completely meaningless. It just doesn't matter. The talk about it has been batshit crazy. And again, I don't say that like a lot of fans got excited after Shedeur Sanders. I'm not saying to poo-poo that at all. You want to be excited? Great. Have at it. I said consistently, I'm not reacting to the postseason, and I'm certainly the preseason. I'm not going to overreact to it. And that's exactly what I'm saying here. Both of them have barely played. It's preseason. They're playing vanilla defenses, backup defenses. Actually, in Shedeur's case, he did play against the starting defense. But the backup defense in Philadelphia for Dylan Gabriel. So, again, I just don't, I don't judge it at all based on the preseason. Zero, good or bad. And again, Sanders to me was better than Gabriel. It was more impressive, if you will, but I don't. It tells us virtually nothing. It's proof of nothing. Really nothing. That's how I see it, and I'm surprised people aren't realistic about it. But it is what it is. Enjoy it. I do want to see Shedeur Sanders, not because I thought he played better in the preseason, just because I think he has more upside as a player. Brian Monzo says in the chat, Residues asks if I'm tardy. No, I'm here, Residues. I'm right here. Brian Monzo says, my son came in, saw the picture of Bull, and asked why that guy looks like Happy Gilmore. I look like Happy Gilmore? Maybe I look like I swallowed Happy Gilmore. I don't know, but all right. Adam Sandler's a decent-looking dude. I'm okay with that. So thank you to Monzo's, one of his 18 sons. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see what the Browns do in their final preseason game against the Rams, which is at 1 o'clock on Saturday. I would assume that Joe Flacco will play some. in this final game. Kevin Stefanski alluded to the fact that he was going to play the starter, so I assume Kevin Stefanski and the entire starting lineup will play a little bit, and then if Shador's good to go, we'll probably see some of him. At Dylan Gabriel, we'll probably see some of him, and that'll be that. And then it's all countdown to the regular season. But that's where we're at. Joe Flacco will be on the field in Cleveland against the Bengals in Week 1 in 20 days. Is my math correct there? I think it is. 20 days. So I'm excited about it. Well, I shouldn't say I'm excited about it. I can't be that excited because I don't love any of the quarterback options, at least for early in the season. But I think I'm excited that it's settled. I'm excited that there's no longer a debate as to who's going to be the starting quarterback. I'm interested to see if they are going to actually keep 4 quarterbacks on the active roster for Week 1. I don't think that's the case. Does that mean they're going to move on from Pickett? Does that mean they're going to try to get Shador or Dylan Gabriel in the practice squad? Both seem unlikely. Or will they just keep 4? There's no obvious answer to that situation, so I'll be curious to see what the Browns do when it's all said and done. All right, thanks to everybody who joined me today. I'm going to be back in 17 minutes on Betting Weekly Hardball. And then tomorrow, I'll be on live at 9 a.m. in the bullpen with Dustin. Thursday live at 9 a.m. in the bullpen with Zach Jackson. We get his reaction to this news on Thursday. And I'll also be on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. Thanks a lot for Alex and Z for jumping in. And Monzo for getting the I's dotted and the T's crossed. We'll talk to you later. Where else but right here in the bullpen with Adam the Bull, brought to you by Bet Rivers.